Are we good? Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me? Okay, great. Go ahead and get started. Apologize for the delay. My name is Stacy Hawk and I am chair of the board. It is 2:06 p.m. and I'd like to call the November 12th special call board meeting to order. Please be aware that this meeting is being broadcast via the internet and those present in the boardroom may be visible to the public. Before we begin today's meeting, I'd like to take the opportunity to welcome those joining us via video and ask they observe the following etiquette. Please state your name before you speak, mute your microphone when speaking, and keep background noise to a minimum. Members, when I call your name, please announce present. I, Stacy Hawk, present. Javed Anwar. He's hoping to join us late. Richard, also hoping to join late. Emma Navarre.
Present.
Emma.
I'm present. Can you hear me?
We can now.
Okay.
Thanks. The internet connection was a little
Okay.
shaky.
Okay.
Juan Navarez.
Present.
Thank you. Thank you. Ashley Thomas.
Present.
Welcome Wilson.
Present.
Daniel Wong.
Present.
Lisa Cantu. Present. Please record in the minutes we have a quorum. Before we begin today's meeting, I'd like to invite Commissioner Rosser to provide his remarks on the agenda item that we'll be discussing today. Commissioner?
Thank you, Chair Hawk. Good afternoon, board members, staff, and others joining us today. First, as you know, the Office of General Counsel provides essential legal guidance to the board, to me, and the entire agency. We have an opportunity today to talk about the process to identify our next general counsel. I interact with the general counsel team on a daily basis, appreciate their depth, experiences, and expertise. I want to take a moment to publicly acknowledge and thank Nicole Bunker Henderson for serving as general counsel and also for assembling that team. She's been instrumental in navigating complex policy, legal, and governance issues over her time with the coordinating board. On behalf of the agency, Nicole, I want to express my appreciation for your leadership, your sharp legal insight, your tireless work ethic, and your commitment to our mission. We wish you continued success as you begin the next chapter in your career and look forward to staying in touch and remaining friends.
Thank you.
Proposed updates to the board's operating procedures and policies represent an important opportunity for us to improve and streamline our meetings. So time and attention can be dedicated to key policy, financial, and strategic items. I especially appreciate Ms. Hawk's leadership and guidance toward a more efficient agency process. And look forward to more opportunities to become even more efficient. Together, these items reinforce our commitment to strong governance, sound legal stewardship, and continuous improvement in building a talent strong Texas. Brief comments for a short meeting. I'll end there. And again, thank you for the opportunity to be with you today.
Well, thank you. And I would like to also, on behalf of myself and the board, Nicole, say that we also want to express our deep respect and gratitude for your service as our general counsel all these years. You've been wonderful, and we look forward to cheering you on as you move on to your next steps and you leave us in good hands. Thank you. Members, any questions for the commissioner? Agenda item 3 is discussion and possible action on process and selection of interim general counsel and general counsel for the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. For this agenda item, the board will be in closed session. So we'll take up first item 4. Agenda item 4 is discussion and possible action to approve revisions to the board operating policies and procedures and board agendas. Doug Brock, Assistant General Counsel, will present this item and be available for questions. Mr. Brock.
Thank you, Ms. Hawk. I first want to acknowledge that I did not do the heavy lifting on this, but I get the opportunity to present it. Much thanks to you, Ms. Hawk, and Nicole for looking at revising these operating procedures. I just have a couple points I want to raise, and then I'll open it up to any questions anyone has. So, as Commissioner stated, really the goal here is for efficiency. And so the biggest item you're going to see in these revised policies and procedures is the removal of the standing committees, therefore moving the board to one-day board meeting. That does not mean the board cannot create committees in the future. It just removes the standing committees that were embedded in the operating procedures. If the board ever wants to create a committee, they of course can. All right, so it just means we can move to a one-day meeting. The next big piece you're gonna see is there were a lot of restatements of law and policy that were embedded in the board operating procedure. As you know, those laws can change every 2 years. In order for this to be more nimble and not include statements of law, we've changed that to just links to the relevant laws. You can actually go and see. That allows us to say current, even if there's a change in law. There's also some minor changes. We had to change the title of auditor, so that's been reflected. And those are really the big items you're gonna see here. I believe everyone received a copy of this. Correspondingly, there are adjustments that have been suggested regarding the board agenda to actually now create a consent agenda item with the consent agenda items under that. So we no longer have to restate those at every board meeting. It will be there. It can be one motion and vote. Of course, any board member that wants something removed from the consent agenda can. They can say, I want agendum 3 removed from consent agenda, and then it'll just move to the regular agenda item for discussion. That will once again make our meetings more efficient and allow us to focus more on the policy decisions. With that, are there any questions?
Members, any questions?
I have just a couple questions, like under board composition, B, it refers to a code. It kind of makes it difficult to so it just makes it a little difficult for someone to use with ease, the policy.
I
You know
think
what I'm saying?
it would be helpful if we had a digital version that could hyperlink to the code. Is that?
Yeah, or what does the code say?
the code here was- I'm sorry, say that again.
Yeah, or just what does the code say in terms of like number of members and, you know?
So I can weigh in on that since I had the pen on this, if that is, yeah, okay, great. So with respect to those, the members are the 9 members appointed by the governor. So we just took out technically those are not operating policies and procedures, right? They're just the law that was living over here. I think maybe the suggestion to put the hyperlink in the document actually might be useful. We can put those things back in. It just seemed like it was cleaner since those technically are not bylaws, they're just laws. So we just tried to clean it up and streamline. But there's no reason we can't put it back if that's the pleasure of the board. Or we could hyperlink. Either way is fine.
I'm just thinking about ease of like, you know, somewhere just to see it, you know, having to hyperlink, because then I think sometimes you just don't read it. It's like having exhibit books. How many people actually go to the exhibit books? You know, when you already have like a 300-page agenda and then you've got 800 pages of exhibit books, chances are people aren't going to go to the exhibit books. So sometimes the most relevant things get pulled up and, you know, so maybe that's what's been done here. But anyway, just.
I
mean, we
agree,
can.
Emma, that was one of my first thoughts as when I was reading it. But what I realized is that one, it becomes a bear to maintain if we're trying to always quote all of the code in our operating procedures. And then 2, I realized that really as a board, even through orientation, we don't reference this document directly. We are given the law directly, and then we have the document of our operating procedures as a kind of support document. So I think it's important that the board members know what we're called to do under the law, but I don't see us going to this document as the source of that. Our orientation materials call that out separately. But I think the idea of a hyperlink so that if you are a reference document, you want to quickly know what does the code say about this. That seems like a functional way to go so that we're not constantly revisiting docs to make sure that as the language gets updated in the code, it's reflected correctly there too. Any other discussions or questions? I'm excited about this development because I do think it'll give us an opportunity to, as was said by the commissioner, focus our public board meeting time on the very substantive policy and financial responsibilities of the board. This continues to be, I would say, a work in process. So this is something that we've gotten a lot of good input on what we think is a good model for the board going forward. But as we're experiencing it and we want to make tweaks, please share those with the team so that we can make sure that everyone's getting the information they need. For me, I think this agenda actually makes it easier to digest what we're supposed to be focusing on and acting on as a board.
Yeah, this is one of ours. Can you hear me?
Yes. Go ahead. Juan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm also supportive of this this new process, and I think the agenda will be much easier to process. It felt like they were duplicating a lot of effort. The one question that I have, and or at least a comment, is that if there are some committees or if there are some special things that need to be addressed, that we do form committees, because I do think that that's also an efficient way to get things done, and it's also a way to get more of the board members involved. So I am very supportive of removing the standing committees, but I do want us to I don't know, through whether we do this in a executive committee or do it through another means, is identify what are the key issues that this board can focus on, and identify committees to actually take some action on those.
Do I have a motion to approve revisions to the board operating policies and procedures and board agendas?
So moved. Ashley Thomas.
Second.
Discussion? Members, those in favor say aye.
I
Aye.
Motion passes. We will now return to agenda item 3, discussion and possible action to process and selection of interim general counsel and general counsel for the Texas Higher Education Coordinating Board. Pursuant to Texas Government Code sections 551.074 and 551.071, the board will meet in executive session to discuss various aspects of the search and possible appointment of an interim general counsel and/or general counsel. The board will take any action on this agenda item when we return to open session. No other business of the board will be discussed before we reconvene in open session. The time is 2:20 p.m. Members, please remain on the call while staff move you to the closed session.
This bring me to executive session. Yes, we have to wait till they go into session. But there'll be a note that comes up in just a minute.
To ask for
So
official
we'll just wait for
consent.
that to come through.
Yes, I don't know that
We
he
can't
is,
forward it
but
because. So we should, if you just wait just a moment, check and see how.
and Mary, is that Mr. Clemmer?
Yes.
He's on his phone.
Yes.
Okay. He was just gonna listen.
Is Mr. Clemmer on? Is that the 702 number?
He is, he.
It is.
Okay.
That is.
Hi.
He's
Thank you.
hoping to just listen in.
Okay. Yeah, he's welcome to just listen. We just can't count him in the quorum if he's not on the screen.
Right.
Yeah.
Checking the executive session.
You know, I tried to.
Oh, there you go. Join. Now we're ready.
All right, can everybody hear me?
Yes.
One moment. We love the snow and all that.
Okay, we're ready
Are we
to
good?
go now.
Thank you. It is now 2:55 PM. The executive session has concluded. No action was taken during executive session. Members, do I have a motion on item number 3?
Yes, I move to select Doug Brock as our next general counsel and delegate to the chair and the commissioner the authority to negotiate his salary.
And I'll second Emma.
All right, I have a motion by Mr. Wilson and a second by Ms. Navarez. Any discussion? Members, all in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion passes. This concludes our meeting. The time is 2:56 PM. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Yes.
Ashley.
Ashley, and a second?
Second.
Anwar.
Oh, wonderful. We're gonna need a different second, but another second?
Second from Juan Navarez.
Thank you, Juan. Members, all in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Thank you for joining us today.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
Congratulations.